Hello and welcome to another edition of Toys from the Attic. I have a double feature for you today. Well, it's more like a quad feature. Today we're going to be taking a look at Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Ninjas in Training. So without further ado, let's take a closer look at these little guys. Mutated by the mutagen ooze as baby turtles, these brothers transformed and are no longer ordinary turtles. With great training every day from their sensei/father figure known as Splinter, these young ninjas hone and build their skills that they will one day need to become the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Alright, so here we have Nickelodeon's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Ninjas in Training. Now, as we all know, this is just the Ninja Turtles but when they were little kids and still learning their ninjutsu skills. It's kind of nice to see that they split them up into two different packages, and as you can see, it's two figures included. However, for me, these guys are so small, it feels like I'm still buying one figure. The box art is pretty standard. You get the four adult guys right here on the side. You get both of the figures displayed in here along with their little weapons and little advertisements and logos everywhere else. And then on the back of the box you get their bio. Now the bio is the same for both packages, whether you're getting Leo and Don or Raph and Michelangelo. So it doesn't really matter if you need me to show you both. And like I've already said, I've probably already read this off by now. You have a display of all the other figures that these guys come with. Oh, the Mousers are coming out. I'll probably already have reviewed them. And you can get all the other guys right here. I will say that this is starting to get kind of crowded, so I'm curious how, as the toy line goes on, how are they going to display these guys? Because if you're a fan of the old 80s line, towards the end there, they had so many characters that they were only able to show like their little heads and not the full body of what the figures look like. Anyways, without further ado, let's open these guys up and take a closer look at them. Alright, so here we have the four guys out of the box. Now I will admit that these guys have some good points, but they also have a few bad points. I'm not going to let that hold it against them, but anyways, you'll see as we go on. First off, I will like to admit that I enjoy the color scheme between all of these guys. They were still able to keep the colors from the adults to the kids. I only have Leo with me right here, but you can definitely see how well his skin tone actually matches up to his adult form. And the rest of the guys are the same as well. Also, it's kind of hard to tell because they're kind of all in these weird little stance poses, but each one of them seems to have a different height value. I mean, if their legs were standing up straight, you can definitely tell that Donnie is still going to be the tallest, Leo and Raph are going to be kind of head and head, and then Mikey's still going to be the baby. Now, as far as the rest of them goes, yeah, it's that leg poses that kind of I have a problem with. Just because it really limits the amount of our poses that you could put these guys in, and everything else that you can do. I mean, there's no little, there's no sort of leg articulation, knee articulation. The only articulation you really have is a waist that can move side to side, which kind of looks weird. It breaks up the shell right there. You have a head that can turn side to side. There's no ball joint, so you can't move it around. But yet these guys are getting small, so it is going to be kind of hard to get that amount of articulation in there. However, you could have probably put just a socket joint right here on the legs, and that could have gotten away with it. But anyways, now the last little bit of articulation is the arms can kind of move up and down and rotate. Now this is actually kind of limiting depending on how the arms are positioned, so it just kind of looks weird however you put them, unless you put them in some of their dynamic poses. Like Donnie right here has his arm, you can kind of put his arm out, move his head here, and then have his staff up like this to show that he's in a fighting mode. Leo's kind of the same way. He kind of can only have his blades out facing you like this, and there's not really much else you can do. I mean, any other position just kind of looks weird or funny, like what's up? Or you can kind of put him up where he's kind of fighting. Raph is a little bit better. I mean, you can definitely tell he looks more like he's ready to fight, and you can kind of have him in all sorts of weird little angles. Mikey, here's the one that I have the issue with. I mean, he can have his nunchucks down to the side like he's just kind of screwing around, but this arm, because of how it's bent, just seems weird that it just kind of stays there. I mean, up in the air, it definitely looks like, he's swinging them around, but just down to the side, A nice little thing is all the little expressions that they have. You can kind of tell that Donnie has that little kind of inquisitive, like, what's going on look. Mikey definitely has a really happy-go-lucky face. He's just having fun with it. Leo right here, he's definitely taking things seriously. He really wants to train. And then Raph, he's just kind of has this little small snarl right there. He's definitely looking for a fight. Now the thing that I have one problem with is a little bit of quality control. Raph right here, you can see they all have detail on the shell, but a little of the paint right here got smudged and other stuff. I guess that's just with mine, but it's okay. I mean, I have plans for these guys later on. I'm going to try to do a little bit of customizing on them, so it's no real loss for me. And you can definitely see that there's a little bit of yellow paint right there on Mikey's leg, so that's, yeah, it's just nitpicking. Now, as far as their weapons go, there are these weird little tan-colored weapons. I don't know if that's supposed to show that they're wood or what. They definitely stand out, and you can definitely see on there that they are just scrapped pieces of wood that are just kind of taped together, probably Splinter made it for them. Well, definitely Splinter made for them, just to practice so that they're not actually hurting each other while they're fighting. And I really like that, yeah, the little kids are going to be having little wooden weapons when they train. Another little cool fact about these guys is their bandanas. It's made of this really super soft plastic, so it's not like the adult ones. It's a little bit harder. These ones actually definitely move around and are a lot more pliable. However, I'm going back and forth between likes and dislikes. Their heads just seem a little bit weird to me. It's because of how they're made. Their mouths are one piece, then their bandanas are another piece, and I think the head cap is another piece, so it's just kind of all sandwiched together. Because of it, it always makes it look like they have some sort of big, monstrous forehead or some sort of Frankensteinish brow to me, and that just kind of looks weird to me. But other than that, these guys are really actually cool and super adorable. I'm actually kind of glad I got them. I'm probably going to put them right next to the adult turtles just to complete the set, having them little kids and other ones. I'm not really big on variations all that much, so I don't have any of the slime ones or the Spytek ones, but because these are kind of the standard turtles just when they're kids, yeah, I definitely had to get them. Anyways, this has been a look at the Ninjas in Training Ninja Turtles. Once again, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed what you've seen today, please feel free to like, subscribe, or leave a comment below in the comment section. Any advice for the show will be greatly appreciated. Who knows, something you suggest may appear on the show in the future.